Hey guys and gals, it's been a while. I didn't expect to be gone from the channel this long, nor the internet, but it happened, and here we are. I want to take you through roughly the past year or two of what happened and why I took this hiatus a bit longer than expected. So, first of all, if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Violet. You can call me Vamp for short. I'm a gamer and an artist, and I have been on YouTube for roughly on and off about 10 years, if not a little bit longer. And I've been on the internet for roughly a little bit longer than a decade. I wanted to document my journey being internet free and not being able to upload videos or make content of any type of the sort. So thank you for coming by and listening to my shenanigans. And here is what happened from 2023 all the way to now. Alright, that's all I wanted to show. It's picking up, gotta go back in. So it happened on June 17th, 2023. It was pretty late into the night when we were getting storms coming in. A lot of this that was happening was us getting some straight line damaging winds. I'll let the weatherman explain what the siren policies
communities'
are.
Storm siren policy. When they see severe thunderstorm warnings with the potential for 80-mile-per-hour winds or higher, a lot of those storm siren policies will activate. So not only for tornado warnings, but for high-end severe thunderstorm warnings. For example, I know Hominy right now, the storm sirens are sounding because of these severe thunderstorms, the potential for some winds gusting 75 to 80 miles per hour.
But as you can tell with the storm chaser that he's pointing to, it's not unlike Oklahoma to get winds like this bad, but in my lifetime, this is like the first that this has like truly happened, like severely bad like it was. And these winds gusted up to, I think, to about or over 100 miles per hour. And it shook our entire house where we were living at. And by the time morning came around, after everything was said and done, it was over within about like 30 minutes or so to about an hour. And by the time that we woke up the next morning, the damage was astronomical. It was like a tornado went through our towns and our homes and everything else like that. There was also like damage to trees, power lines, whole shebang that you can think about. You know, it was vindictive of like a tornado had like touched down, but it was not a tornado at all. It was literally just straight line damaging winds. And it's not unknown for this to happen, but these were the strongest that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Almost over 100 miles an hour. That's crazy. My mom barely missed this when coming home that night from work. She was having trouble already driving because of the winds. By the time she got inside, not even like 10 minutes later, we just felt everything shaking our house. It was so bad. It was so scary. Like all my cats were around me because of how scary this wind was. And all the dogs were around my brother. You know, like it was scary. We literally thought we were in a tornado, but we weren't. And like the weatherman said, like we have our siren policies to where if there's over 50 miles an hour wind up to 80 miles, like the sirens will do their thing because it's damaging wind. Naomi. Yeah. To Naomi. It seems there is never enough time to capture all the memories and quirks you brought into this world. From the time you were born, you were my little mustache kitty, and as you grew, your light shined as bright as the sun. Brother started calling you Roger Cat because you sounded like Roger from American Dad when he laughed. I called you Nomi, Omi, and Naked Butt Naomi because the hot summers would make you lose your hair on your butt. During the winters or when it would get cold, you would always find your way into the crevasse of my back and lay there purring so loudly and not only warming yourself, but me as well too. Your sister Yuri has grown so much since you've been gone now. You didn't get to see her one last time before you left on the wind, but she misses you. So does your mama, Nightingale, your aunties, Big Sis and Mittens. You didn't get to meet Aurora. She's still a baby and has a lot of your spunk and cuteness. There never seems to be enough time to capture the memories, but we live them with you from the time you were born until the time of your death. You were still so young and just turned 3. Sadly, the powers that be saw something in your cards that you would not survive despite your best efforts put into your recovery. Whatever bit you while we were getting things set up for you girls to be with me caused a horrible infection in your body that festered, and eventually you weren't able to survive, though you seem to have been getting better. It was just not meant to be. We said our goodbyes, and you grabbed my hand. After pointing you to the land we lived on, you brought it to your face, and we said goodbye one last time. Your final breath was carried on the wind, and you were gone. I buried you in a place I thought you would have liked if you had nothing to worry about hurting you. There's just never enough time to capture the memories.
Oh, me being cute.
I love you, Naomi.
And shit.
My sweet,
Being cute.
sweet baby girl. Thank you for bringing the laughs and smiles to my life and enriching me with your spirit.
It's fine. I'll get to it today.
Until we meet again across the Rainbow Bridge,
See?
Mama loves you.
You went in the window? Okay. There you go.
So during the wintertime, all I did was basically draw. There wasn't a lot that I could do outside for the most part, other than like feeding our ducks and our chicken. And just working through some emotions that I was feeling. During the time of the loss of my cat, Naomi, I ended up losing a very close cousin to me, and sadly, my family was not able to go to the funeral. She passed away at the age of 30, and leaving behind 2 beautiful boys, along with her 2 sisters, her mom and her dad. And it was just such a tragedy because I couldn't be there for my family and to comfort them or anything like that. The first piece that you see me draw was 2 Wayward Souls, and that was dedicated to my cousin as well as my cat Naomi. I had much more drawings than I'm showing right here, but these were the ones that I fully fleshed out compared to the other ones. They were just mostly like playing around with like different things and stuff like that, because I'm drawing all of this on my phone and it's through Ibis Paint that I was able to do that. This is all literally just drawn with my finger on my phone, and it was very hard. During this time, we, like I said, still didn't have internet or anything like that, but I had internet through my mom's Wi-Fi, so occasionally I would read Lore Olympus and get caught up on that and stuff, so that's what this last piece is. Alright, wind's blowing, time to deal with fixing over here. This is the garden area that we're working on for Mom. I've been cleaning it up, getting it situated before I move to kind of alleviate some heartache and pain on my mom as well as my brother, trying to get this part of the property cleaned up. There goes Moxie. It is definitely a big work in progress, but I gotta get this cleaned up. I gotta get all this situated because it's gonna rain today. During my garden thing, I was clearing up a lot of like debris and things like that. We had storms that rolled by, and I ended up clearing some more trees and getting things kind of adjusted. Afterwards, probably a month or so passed, I started doing some holes and making the garden beds out of the tin that we had on the land. I was also during this time also cleaning up some other areas of our land that had a bunch of brick windows, things that you would use for kiln and stuff like that, along with just trying to clean up the land a bit. During the downtime though, like while we were waiting for the weather to get better and after our last frost, I ended up making some little potted plants out of plastic like food cups that I've been saving for a little bit, and of course I drilled holes into them at the bottom so that way they could drain properly, as well as making sure I filled them up. And in that amount of time, like, we planted seeds and it was getting warmer and warmer, so it was nice to see the garden start budding up. During that downtime, Mom got her taxes back, and she was able to get a tiller, a chainsaw, and a few other things that we needed for the land to kind of expedite some of the processes that we were doing. Also during this time, right around before I left, I ended up having my 10-year anniversary on my main channel. Yes, I did start the channel technically in 2013 in February, but I technically did not start uploading until 2014. But alas, as the end of the month came through in May, that is when it was time to pack and say my goodbyes to my family and my cats temporarily, so that way I can try to do something more with my life and be with somebody that actually cares for me. After I had arrived in this new state that I've never been to, we ended up getting into a car wreck the day of Destiny 2's final shape release. It was pretty scary, especially since this was my very first time ever being in a car accident. It was a lot that happened and everything else. So for the foreseeable future, like, we were in a lot of pain, dealing with a lot of issues. Thankfully, everybody was okay. The person who impacted this was okay. We were okay for the most part, other than being banged up pretty bad. Like, not super bad, but pretty bad for our standards. During the next few months in July through August, we ended up joining a Minecraft competition in a streamer named Bert Lack. His channel's little competition that he was doing, it was called the Bert Summer Games. And we ended up winning a Minecraft competition, me and my partner, and got, I believe it was $50 each on Steam cards. So this is what it looked like of what we had finished. We didn't get everything finished that we wanted to, but we got most of everything finished. We got the main thing, which was the stadium. There was places to sit. It basically had to be interactable, is what we were told by the setting. Like, everything had to be interactable in some type of way, so that's what we were doing. Out of everybody that joined, there was only 5 people, and we were the only ones that actually did anything. And we had a week, mind you, to do this competition. And it was just something to do during the downtime because there wasn't a lot coming out, and Burke wanted to try out a summer games type thing. So we we joined. Of course, I was very skeptical of it because I'm like, there's no way we're going to win. There's too many good people out there that do Minecraft. And nobody wanted to do Minecraft, which was kind of sad because Minecraft is one of those games like I grew up with. It was like one of the first building games like I really, really enjoyed. And it was something that I played back on the 360 into Xbox, like 1 days and things like that. And then coming to PC, like, it was a complete change for me because like all the controls are wonky because I'm used to being on a controller and not keyboard and mouse. So I was kind of slow with my building because I didn't know how to operate the controls very well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the past 2 years of my life. Would I recommend going internet free? Yes, because it lets you be free from all of the distractions that social media has, as well as a lot of things that just don't make you generally happy. But at the same time, like, you need that internet, the social media a little bit, because there's things that happen that you like miss. There's a lot that I missed. It was definitely very peaceful, very mindful, very demure. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that trend. But for reals, it was definitely helpful. It definitely put a lot in perspective of things. But does that mean like I'm still gonna be in that perspective a little bit? Mostly still gonna do like my internet thing, which is gaming and art and stuff like that, and I'm still looking for work in the background. Right now I'm focusing mostly on myself to better understand like what's happening with me and everything else like that, and my partner and his family are giving me the chance to do that. So anyways, if you like the video, cool, like it. Anyways, that's it. Chat to you guys next time.